Comrades, welcome back to Real Politics. I am Admiral Andre, and we continue our journey towards the deep sea now. Let's just run the clock right away. Economically, we are having great difficulties here in South Africa. We can see the economy, there we go, at least it's stabilized there. It was contracting for a while. Globally, what is the situation? It's coming up now out of that deep recession that we had in the last 2 years or so. Baltic Union, Lithuania and the other Baltic states, Estonia and Latvia, are now uniting against the common threat of Russia, which I think is a great idea, given that there's already another Ukraine war happening. But of course, I don't think that can stop Russia, really. I mean, this Baltic Union is still relatively weak compared to Russia. Nepal has joined India. I think they were in their bloc before, but they are back now. And New Zealand has its own stock exchange. So I don't know about India, but they must have a massive military force, because you can only have so many countries in your bloc if you have a military force that will allow it. So they have Nepal, they have Sri Lanka. Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison? That's interesting that comes up just out of the blue. Is that telling me something? So yes, well, global stock market crash. Oh man, we just can't get a break. It's a terrible day for shareholders everywhere. The financial markets of the world seems to be hitting rock bottom. The result will heavily affect the world's economy. 75% reduction in the income. 7% unemployment. What is happening? Oh, well, we're still growing somehow economically, but yes, we'll see. Unemployment is going down, but you can see how quickly in just those few years we erased all of the good work that we have done. We're back at 25% unemployment almost. We just can't get out of that. The stock exchange in China has been closed, so somebody has been doing things in the shadows there. But yes, so peace treaty, so Ukraine lost very quickly. So India really must have a big military force to keep expanding here. It's Tajikistan now, it's Uzbekistan, it's Turkmenistan, it's Nepal, it's Sri Lanka, and they absorbed Bangladesh. So if I was Pakistan, I would be very worried right now. So what happened now? Ukraine lost something else. It looks like. Yep. Lviv here, the western part of Ukraine, has been gobbled up by the Russians. So there's only one province left. That's Kiev, which inevitably is going to be another target for Russia in the future. So yes, I'm sure that the European countries are getting a bit worried, and that's why they're banding together in the new European Union. At least that's how I think it works now. So good luck to them. I don't know. This is a very unstable situation. We forgot totally about this, or I must accept the blame. I totally forgot. We're probably now out of the race, but I'll still try. There's some unhappiness in Namibia because of all the financial troubles. Spain has a stock exchange. I wonder eventually, is everyone going to have a stock exchange? Because then there'll be no one in our block. But then that's where the sabotage comes in, I think. So yes, we are at capacity and we're still #1 in the world. So something to be proud of. Warmonger in Russia, yes, of course, you should accept your responsibility. I'm not helping the rebels in Kazakhstan again. They're winning again, but now is this the rebels against the rebels? Because it would seem that way, because the other rebels overthrew the government, I assume. And so these are probably the old government trying to retake their power. We're probably totally out of this deep sea thing now, but anyway, maybe at least we get 3rd place. Libya. As long as foreign governments support terrorist groups, our people will not feel safe. They demand action against the threat. Reverting their system to a democracy could permanently fix the problem. So Libya is, and look at this unhappiness, 9%. Is this now for the whole world? So Libya has become a terrorism exporter. Yes, that's not good. Can we influence them? El Salvador joined Mexico, Malta joined France, Denmark left the UK, and that was just a peace treaty. So we are number 8 still. That's not good enough. So Libya is an authoritarian country, so can we do something about that? Okay, it's paused. Spread our righteousness political views. That should just be our righteous political views abroad to make their system more like ours. So what happens now? Assimilate personal control, militarism. Not sure how this is going to affect us, but let's try, since we are trying to be the leader on the African continent. We can't let our smaller brothers and sisters misbehave here. Bolivia joined Brazil. Maybe we can get one more in on the deep sea. Maybe. As long as we just pay that money, it'll be okay. Come on. Do it. It's almost over. So hopefully that will push us at least into the top 3. Come on, it's almost over. I don't think there's anything more I can do to influence that now. We'll see if my tardiness has cost us. $26, so 20 days left. $10 days almost. Reason, so we must choose between India and China. I will support India. We like them a bit more. So what happens? 3 days, 2 days, 1 day. And it's paused. Hey, we still won. Okay, fantastic. We still won the race for the deep sea resources. Unfortunately, we can't say by how much. It doesn't tell us exactly, but the Germans were a very close second, I'm sure. So we can claim Deponia as our core, and so can the Germans and the Canadians. But everyone else is excluded. So America, sorry, you lose again. I don't know what's happening in that country, but America has slipped now since 2020, since this game began. They are just not involved in any of the big, decisions. Okay, they were involved in the Arctic, but they couldn't make it in space. They couldn't make it on the deep sea. That's interesting. India, Japan, China, UK, France, Australia, Mexico, Brazil, they also tried, but sorry, you have to bow your head to number 1. So we get 100 more resources, so maybe we can do some more exports there and more score. We're 5th in the world. Yes, 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 yes. We're on the ranking now. We are finally in the club of the big players. The only thing is we still need to get into the Security Council. But okay, fantastic. So what do we get? We get, but this will only happen in a few years, in 3 years, I think. So even though we're 5th, we don't get the benefits yet because we need to be formally recognized first. But that will bring down our unhappiness and increase the unit capacity, which is what I want as well. Great, so at least something is happening. So what's next for us? Let's see. High unemployment is still the problem. The economy just tends to stay beneath the 0 point. So we are growing in as far as we are growing, despite the world, not because of it. Unemployment is going back down again. Thank goodness. We need to not accept any more population growth, I think, for a long time. So no more Spaniards. I'm sorry. Let's see. Is there anything else happening in the world? Nothing. Doesn't really look like it. So where is this core now that we got? I don't see anything. Help country. Which country is this? I don't know. Can't click on the deep sea. Libya, we're still trying to get you back in line. I guess there'll be another event when we can now actually start claiming a base in the deep sea. So where's that base? In space. The base in space. China. This was the purple one. Yep. So we're close to the moon. Can we do anything to the moon? I guess not. Should try and save up for the tourism, then we can take people up to the station there. That could be a good source of income. Unhappiness seems to be dropping. Low stock exchange revenue. There may be some spies involved. Yes, look at this. Oh, but that was because of that world thing tanking. Spain has all of the stock exchange in the whole world right now. I don't know how they managed to avoid this massive crisis, but okay. Success. So hopefully now we get some more score from that, and Libya can be cleansed of its bad ways. What's happening in Mashriq here? Okay, that is not so good. Looks like, if I'm still right in saying that Mashriq is ISIS, then they took over the whole of Iraq and Syria. What's happening? Our interventionism goes up, militarism goes down. Okay, can't change that. So they control the whole of Syria with the exception of Latakia and the whole of Iraq. And the rest of the world has just stood by and watched it happen. I don't like this, but you can see they're clearly a very totalitarian state. So this must be ISIS. This can't be the coalition forces. Stock exchange is back, so we're out of that deep recession. What happens? Okay, need to pay attention. Oceans may be the future of industry. Yes, I agree. Exploration of the deep creates the need for an entire underwater base. This is now Germany who's wanting this. But now, so okay, they get this now. What does this mean? Hold the phone. Stop right there. Did I slip up? Okay, the stock is back. But now, so what, does Germany get the whole ocean now? I tried to do something, but I couldn't see anything here. This is not okay by me. I don't like this. Maybe we have to claim it somehow. There they are. Germany. No. I'm sorry. We have a core on this as well, so you can just forget about that. Norway doesn't concern me. We're number 2 now, so Japan has surpassed us there. UN members, nothing really changed. Let's just have a look at all of these messages. Haiti joined Mexico, and of course we influenced Libya. I don't know if this will really help with this whole terrorism export thing. But there's no UN resolution that says we may attack them. But this bothers me now, this ocean thing. No. Sorry, Germany, you can't now claim the whole ocean. You were number 2. I got the first one. Oh well, we'll see. Maybe this is going to be a thing we're going to have to fight out with them. At least we're in space, but no, this ocean is also mine. Belgium joined the UK. The economy seems to be doing better now. I can always improve taxes, but I think keeping it relatively low will just help the people out more. You see, the world economy just stays in this negative zone. It never gets out of that. Unemployment is now 23, so it's going down only very slowly. I can't believe we erased all of our good work and poverty and unemployment reduction by just a few years of the world economy being bad. Oh well, we'll just go back again. Germany, you are a problem to me. So they now enjoy this base. So I can declare war probably because we share the same core province, which is now the deep sea. But now, I don't know what I should have done to claim that first. Pakistan declared bankruptcy, so they're completely finished, essentially. The country is bankrupt. They're surrounded by India's allies, except for Afghanistan, which is Indonesia's ally. And they have continuous uprisings in the country, so they have really gone back in the world. Let me have some tea. Being a world leader is a challenging occupation, apparently. South Korea's status has been degraded. Here we go. Let's improve our relations with them. Just to see if that will help us a little. They're actually an authoritarian country. What about Japan? No, they're democracy. Cambodia joined People's Republic. Wasn't there a move once by Vietnam to try and build some coalitions in the southeast here to try and counter China? Anyway, I guess that failed. We get the money from owning the Cape of Good Hope. South Korea, Laos, but Vietnam is on its own. We've done it, so South Korea likes us a bit better. How is the relationship between us and the rest of the world? Still decent, but I think we probably lost that advantage by now. Looks like it. That went away too quick. Jamaica joined Mexico and Nepal left India, so that's interesting. Bulgaria left Russia. Good for you, I think. I'm not too sure about these Russians right now. They want something. We're having problems with our GDP, and I must sacrifice my Human Development Index maybe some other time, meaning never. But the Palestinians, can we help them? Again, I don't want to lose my human development advantage. I'll pay you minerals, I'll pay you money, but I'm not looking for this human development loss. That means the entire quality of our country's life is going backwards just because we're helping you. Then why would we ever do it? Japan's stock exchange is gone. Good. I had nothing to do with that, and now we're number one. So it was probably Venezuela or someone. But it's so interesting how the traditional powers are falling out now. Germany is still there, but the US is somewhere way down low, and the UK is even lower. So yes, there we go. South Africa is the biggest stock exchange in the world, so we're at least vying for that position. But we're number 8 now in prestige again. Oh well, we'll just have to keep our eye on that. US and Mexican peace treaty has expired. Maybe, I doubt there'll be an immediate conflict again, but there's always a possibility, like we saw with Russia. So, is anyone else looking for anything? Uzbekistan wants something. Slightly loosen up our policies and with your help make them more fitting for today's world. So we lose money and action points. Assimilate interventionism and militarism. Alright, I don't know if we get this assimilation, but it doesn't look like it. Oh well, we'll support you. Let's loosen up your country there. Stock exchange by Kazakhstan, so Russia will probably try and sabotage that if they want them back in the old Soviet fold. Philippines. Again, I must back the rebels. No, not again. Thank you. I didn't really get anything out of that, so I will be a bit weary to try it again. Negative GDP growth again. We have all the problems of a developed country now. We are so dependent on the world economy that we just can't break out of this negative cycle. Unemployment is rising again. Hey, well, we're soon going to be working on these that will help us with the growth, so maybe. This will together mean we grow 1% or 1/10 of 1%, but at least it's something. Now Zimbabwe, what are you doing? Let's see, where's our military? We can increase it a little. That UN restriction is no longer applicable. Burma has joined China. That I'm not surprised by because they are trying to gain influence there today with their economic pressures and so on, investments and all of that. So what would we need if we want to grow our military by 4 units? What does Zimbabwe have? Probably not much, to be honest. 6, 2 and 1. So let's get more armor, if we can. Let's buy 2 more of those and then 2 more aircraft. There we go, at least it's something. We're still a long way away from being able to get Nigeria in our bloc. The relations is not a problem. Obviously it goes back down over time, but it's the military units. We need 60. And we don't get anything from the prestige. What a pity. We just touched the high level players and then we fell out again. Lost explorers. A group of explorers got lost in the mountains 3 days ago. Our search and rescue team still haven't found them. Keep searching or cancel and get unhappiness. No, we keep searching. I'll never give up on our people here, so let's keep trying. So what else? I'm really bitter about this German thing. We still couldn't find them. Well, tough luck. We'll search until we're broke. I'll never give up. Never. Wise man in the south, what do you say? You already said I must be on the lookout for a Turkish prison. We received a demand from a terrorist group. They threatened to detonate explosives planted in the center of one of our cities unless we pay. This is because we helped to influence Libya away from its terrorism tendencies. We have no choice but to agree or track them down. I will never agree. Never. Never. We finally found the lost explorers, but there were no survivors. Oh well, at least their families know the truth. I agree. Better to know than not to know at all. We operate on a first-name basis. Okay, he said that before. We've got the highway network. Let's not waste time and get right into this. No, our natural resources are being gobbled up by the army and all of that, so we can't change that at the moment. What about ICBMs? We need to get rockets to take our people into space. Or we could even start working on the atomic bomb. 3,000. Satellites and so on. These things can help the economy. Okay, let's do it. ICBM designs. There we go. There's no point in having a Lagrangian point and we can't reach it independently. Special Forces pacified the threat. Fantastic. Take that. Financial services, so we should have another slot now in the stock exchange. Who can we take? Mexico, it's gonna have to be you, I think. Or Italy, maybe. Nah, let's take Mexico. So they are surpassing Nigeria. So there we go. We should increase our standing. Just pause. We need to look at other things as well. So we're busy with the ICBM. We don't have money for the nukes now. But of course I would like that eventually. Political advancement maybe, that will give us a permanent HDI growth of 5 because that other was still temporary. Work with the largest companies in the country to increase average wages. Really though, I'm so concerned about this economic growth. Is there nothing I can do to help? Doesn't look like it. Economy, let's try this one. Financial sector supremacy, what do we get? 2 more slots, that will be great, and more income from that. Religious order is not active. I don't want to make it active anyway. Okay, it will take a few years, but let's make our financial sector supreme. And then we should get a lot more money from that. Kazakhstan has the biggest stock exchange in the world now, so it keeps fluctuating, but we stay in the top, let's say 3 or so. Kyrgyzstan left Japan, which is probably not, it wasn't the best block. It's a bit too far away from Japan here. I want to get in on this UN action. How far away are we from passing the Australian economy? Let's find out. So if I arrange it by GDP size, Australia has 3,000. We are 700. We'll never get there. We're backwards now. We're 30th in the world again. Despite that, I do think we're punching above our weight with the whole space and deep sea thing, but still. And now the Germans have just gone in and claimed everything. I didn't know how I was supposed to do that, but anyway. A highly prominent government official or official of the government has been charged with sexual harassment. That's a no-no. Sorry. Fire that idiot and pay compensation. Absolutely. I don't even want to hear about it. So what is happening here in space now? Can I see what we're getting from the space station maybe? Where is it? I'm just seeing red now. Which one is ours? This one. 2 minerals and 20 to the GDP, I think, or is this to the budget? But anyway, so we're getting a little bit of something from it. New armor, we have our tanks. Everyone is pretty much getting the same from the stations right now, but it still helps. Armenia joined Japan. That is a very strange configuration. I mean, Armenia is situated here in the Caucasus. But okay, maybe Japan has some global ambitions, but not really military ones, because they were backing the disarmament thing. And my alarm is going off again. So we're almost at the end. Brazil's status has been degraded. I just have to fix that. War between China and India. Okay, there's a big thing. This is going to be a big showdown. I would like a bigger notification for these big events, not just, you know, getting lost in those messages. I mean, that's a big global event right now. So the two big players in Asia, on the continent at least, if we exclude Japan, are now slugging it out. So this one is going to be difficult because India has a lot of influence in Central Asia, and China has some influence here in the southeast, but only really just Burma and Cambodia. So I don't know, this can get really ugly. Let's see if we can find out what's involved right now. 51, 28 and 28. 57, 25, 24. So they're pretty evenly matched as it stands right now. But that can change. You see, okay, so yes, these messages don't really tell us who started the conflict. I was confused about that before with the US and Mexico. It just says China PR at war with India. So it makes it seem that China is the aggressor. But if we click here, it looks like India started it. Because if we just look back to our war with Namibia, we were the aggressor and we were on the left. I wonder if this is consistent or if this is inconsistent. I would really like to get some clarification from the developers on that. So put like attacker and defender or something that I can just know who is the good guy and the bad guy. I know it's very simplified. There's no good guys and bad guys in the world. It's all just shades of grey. But still, I want to know who started it. Who was the one responsible for breaking the peace? Disturbing the peace? Armenia, okay. So there we go. That was an eventful episode, and I'm very interested to find out what happens next. It's now 2036, and the world is becoming less and less recognizable, I think. Mostly it's the same, but you know there are changes happening. And yes, there we go. Economically, we're still struggling. We just have run into a ceiling and we just can't get through it. But we will get through it somehow. So thank you for watching. Do leave a comment if you would like. And see you in the next episode. Have a fantastic day.